Okay, so today what I'm going to do is sort of a more business appropriate kind of look. And I have on my Primetime, my Well Rested Clear Radiance mix and blush under the brow as the highlight. I love that color. It's a nice pale pink with just a little sheen. It's not completely matte. So what I'm going to do here, and hopefully you can see this, I'm going to foil Mardi Gras, which is in the new Wish You Were Here kit. And it's looking a little bit watery, so I'm just going to add a little bit more, kind of dip my brush in there, and then kind of mash it around a little bit. Now, it looks just a little bit watery, but I think on the brush it's perfect. So, and I do have some Mardi Gras dry from my lash line to the crease. So, okay. We're just going to foil this. Just from the lash to the crease. And I use this color on my neighbor who has beautiful bright blue eyes, and Mardi Gras looked fantastic on her. I could not stop looking at her eyes. They look so good. So if you have blue eyes, this might be a really good color for you. It's kind of a peachy pink. And I really like it. And I just discovered while I was playing around that it looks good with Trinity, and it actually makes Trinity look more purple on me. So just had to use it. Okay, there you go. That's the foiled. Okay, now since I want this to be kind of businessy, I'm not going to go really above the crease at all over there. I just want to kind of darken the outer corner and add some depth to my eye. So, clean it. Okay. There we go. It's always good to try to start out with just a little bit and then build the color, rather than get a bunch on there and then have to try to get rid of it, especially if you're wearing primer. So I'm just putting that in the outer half. Now, it's not quite looking as dark as I want it to, so I might just go ahead and foil it a little bit over there. Now, when I'm going to do just a little bit of foiling like this, I use a kind of thick paste here. It's, you know, it kind of moves around a little bit, but it's a little bit thick on the brush. So, and really all I want to do is kind of darken the area just along the lash line right in here. So sometimes I'll just do this and kind of darken it a little bit, but I don't want to really foil everything on the whole lid or anything like that. Just wanted to darken it a little bit. Same thing over here. And just make it a little bit darker. And that looks better to me. Now, if it's not looking quite as blended, usually I just leave the foiling on there, so I have a little bit of the other color left on the plate, and so that I can just sort of dip in and then blend it out a little bit, which I think I'll just rinse my brush and do that. Okay, so I want to just soften that line right there, kind of blend it backward. I just have a little tiny bit on the brush right now. There you go. You just want everything to look really nice and blended, no harsh lines anywhere. So it just looks like it kind of gets darker and goes back. There you go. Okay, now I'm going to do the same kind of thing with my liner over here. And I kind of put a lot in there, so I have another drop of water here. And I'll just kind of push it down like that, so the brush gets a little bit soft, because if it's dry it might be a little bit stiff. And then you can kind of just work in however much you need until it gets to the right consistency. And that's getting really close there. I like it to be, whoops, that inky kind of consistency. It goes on really smooth, especially if you have wrinkles along your eyelash line like I do. You don't want it to be too thick, and you don't want it to be too thin, because if it's too thin it'll just run into those lines. So you just want that medium kind of consistency. Just try to get right into those lash lines. And I'm using bronze leaf here because it's kind of brown, but it's definitely got purple undertones in it. So it'll go along well with these colors and still be kind of neutral, you know. You don't want anything too dark for the office, just something to kind of define your eyes and enhance your features, but nothing that's going to be too bold or crazy. Okay, so that's basically it. I think one little last thing that I would do is just kind of blend that inner corner there. But that's basically the look. There you go. Thanks for watching.